Today it is the 29th of March, so it's heading towards the middle of autumn, and this is prime time to sow some Grevillea Robusta seeds ready for next season's grafting. The reasons why I grow these Grevillea Robusta from seed and use them for my Grevillea grafting is on previous episodes, so feel free to go back over my YouTube channel, have a look for these episodes about grafting Grevilleas. There's plenty of information in there for you to catch up on. Sometimes I collect my Grevillea Robusta seeds from a local tree, and sometimes I purchase them online. This lot here have been purchased. Grevillea Robusta seeds are like a little, paperish seed. I don't know how well you can see that on the camera. Now, these seeds, when you put them in the mix, they germinate very quickly. So, they can pop up anywhere from 2 weeks to a month, and you don't need any smoke treatment to make these sprout. So today I'm going to sow some of these seeds in the pots. I'm going to take you through the process. I'm also going to pot up some of these Robusta seedlings I have here. They're all sort of in a communal tray. I'm going to try and pot some of them up as well. I like to have my Grevillea Robusta growing in various stages, so that's why today I'm sowing some seeds and I'm going to pot up some of these Robusta seedlings. So once I've finished grafting one lot, the next lot will be ready for me to graft. It's good to cover all bases because I've had times where I've sown some Robusta seeds and they've all rotted off in the mix, so nothing's perfect, and sometimes you do have failures even with, sowing the seeds, etc. Okay, so first fun job that we've always got to do is sterilise the old pots from last season. I use these super tubes. Now they're roughly about double the size of a small forestry tube. They're nice and deep, a bit wider, and great for growing your Robusta seedlings in. I'm going to whack a bit of bleach in there and fill it up with some water and just give all these a good dunk in there and clean any pathogens or pests and disease off these pots. And then we're going to give them a rinse off and then top them up with the potting mix ready for the sowing. In she goes, a dash of bleach, just normal house bleach. Just topping the old tub up and ready to give these pots a good sterilise. Time to sterilise the pots, so I just grab a pot, give it a bit of a dunk in there, just like that. A bit of a rinse out. Don't have to be too fancy, as long as they've been given a bit of a wash. I will hose them off once I've finished. So I've got quite a few to do here, but it's worth it doing this in the long run to prevent pests and disease. First, I'm just going to show you guys, so I'll do one of these trays of about 40 pots with seeds that I'm going to sow, and the second tray I'll do another 40, but I'll pot up the seedlings in this tray. I've got 2 lots of 40 pots cleaned and sterilised, so time to give them a bit of a wash out now. I'll clean that bleach off them with some fresh water, and then we're going to put some potting mix in them and start sowing these seeds. I'm using the old Osmocote today, as you can see here. Native premium potting mix. Always look for the red certified tag. And this one's just a different, slightly different type of premium with a red tag. A few more litres in that one and cheaper price. But I mix both of these bags together and get a bit better value for money. Right, so I'm just going to start off. I'm going to throw 2 bags of this, the native Osmocote, in this wheelbarrow. So these smaller bags are, 25 litres and the other bigger bag I've got there is 50 litres. So I should have plenty of potting mix to go. I'm just going to throw 2 of these bags in. And then 1 of these 50 litre bags. Not exactly sure how many pots this will get me, but I'm hoping it should get me at least a good 100 pots I'll be able to fill up. Now, I always put a couple of scoops of this perlite in here. It's a propagating medium, and this will help aerate the soil and give it a bit of extra drainage, because that's one thing Australian native plants love, is good drainage. So I'm going to give that a good mix around. Probably should have a mask on while I'm doing this, and gloves, but a bit rough and ready. Now it's time to start filling up the pots. I just bring my tray over here like this, give it a bit of a scoop, a bit of a tap, another bit of a fill up, bang. Next one, scoop, up, give it a tap, bang. As I've mentioned quite a few times before in my videos, when I'm filling up these pots, I always try to leave a bit of a lip around the side here, about the depth of your first knuckle there on your finger. Just so when you water the seedlings or the seeds, the water doesn't just splash in and splash out the side. You want the water to get trapped in here so it soaks down nicely to the bottom and drains out the bottom of the pot. There we are. Now that's 2 trays, 40 in each tray. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to sow some seeds in these 40 pots here, and I'm going to pot up some of these seedlings that I germinated last spring into this 40 pots right here. Now you may ask me, why don't I just pot up just all of these seedlings that I've got next to me here instead of sowing some seeds? There is a real advantage of sowing seeds, straight into the mix. The advantage is that you don't have to double handle. So these, I've sowed them into this mix, and then I have to try and pull them out of here, untangle the root systems, and then put them in these pots. So this risks you handling and touching the root system. So this can slow the plant's growth down. Whereas if I'm putting seeds straight into the potting mix, this allows the roots to shoot straight down into the mix, and I don't have to do any double handling, and they will probably grow much quicker than these seedlings that I'm going to pot up. All I'm going to do is put my finger to about the depth of my first knuckle in the potting mix in each pot, and then I'll just drop 2 seeds in each hole and then just cover them over with a bit of potting mix, and that should do us. In with 2 of these little seeds in each hole. Sometimes you get 3 in there, but so the idea is that if one seed doesn't come up, the other hopefully will. Sometimes you end up with, 3 seedlings come up, so you just pluck the other couple out and just keep the best one. Oh, dripping sweat, it is hot in here. There we go. That's all those seeds dropped in the little holes there. So now I'll just go over, sprinkle a bit of potting mix over the top, like that. Now it's time to put the seedlings in here. I'll show you how I'm going to go about doing this. Nothing fancy here, so I'm just going to grab a bunch of seedlings, just like that. See how they'll come out. There we go, just like that there. There's one already. See, so that's just popped out with a nice strong root system on there. So I just start dividing them carefully on here without handling them too much. And I always try and keep as much of the root system as I can. So look, I think these will work just fine. And I'll only keep the ones with the strongest, best root systems out of this batch as well. Oh, there's a nice strongy. So now it's time to start potting these up. So I just get me 2 fingers like this, make a nice bit of a hole in there like that. Grab me seedling without touching the roots too much. Just tip a bit out of the pot there. And then I'll just dunk that in there. And then backfill a bit of potting mix around with another pot just like that. Firm around the edges. There we go, there's one firmly planted in there. It's definitely easier putting the seeds in the mix. So there's advantages and disadvantages of both ways. So I'll tip a bit of potting mix out there, make sure I dangle all the roots in there. Bit of potting mix. I finally have the seedlings potted up there nicely. So now I'm just going to give them a really good soak and hose to settle the root systems in. Now it's time for 1 capful of Seasol, the complete seaweed solution. Now this product helps to prevent shock when you're potting on your little seedlings, and it also has some important nutrients that the plants need. Give them a good go over with that. Also giving the seeds that I have sown a good water in as well with the Seasol and some just normal water. In a month or so I'll do a little progress video and show you guys how these seedlings are progressing. So I've got a heap more seedlings, like hundreds more here to go in, as well as more seeds to sow, but I'll do them when I get a chance. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Don't forget, subscribe and hype my video to help support the channel. Feel free to ask questions. I'm more than happy to answer. We will catch you again next time.